One of these teams plays with fire. The other plays with a wall. On one side, Ghana, explosive, technical, and capable of tearing open a defense in 3 passes. On the other, Panama, disciplined, compact, and almost impossible to break down by accident. When these two collide at the FIFA World Cup 2026, it's not just a group stage fixture. It's a clash of football philosophies, and one mistake in either direction could end a World Cup dream before the knockouts even begin. This one has underdog shock written all over it. Let's break it down. Before we get into the tactics, if you're into breakdowns like this, hit subscribe to Football Kick Theory right now. It takes 2 seconds, and it means you won't miss the next one. Okay, let's get into it. With the World Cup field bigger than ever, every group stage point matters more than it used to. A draw doesn't just feel like a missed opportunity anymore. It can be the difference between qualifying for the knockouts and going home early. For Ghana, this tournament is about restoring belief. A new generation of players, sharpened in some of Europe's toughest leagues, are trying to prove that the talent on paper can finally translate into results on the biggest stage. For Panama, it's almost the opposite story. They're not trying to prove they belong among football's traditional powers. They're trying to prove their rise wasn't a fluke. Every tournament they qualify for adds weight to the idea that Panama is no longer a surprise name in the bracket. 2 completely different motivations. Same 3 points on the line. Ghana are rebuilding around a generation of players sharpened in Europe's top leagues. And it shows. When they click, they look unstoppable. Quick vertical passing, overloads on the wing, technical players who can win a game in a single moment. When they don't click, the cracks show fast. Defensive concentration drops, the high press gets exploited, and they start leaning too hard on individual brilliance to bail them out. That inconsistency is the story of Ghana's recent form. Dominant performances against weaker opposition, followed by uncomfortable nights against teams that simply refuse to be rushed. And Panama refused to be rushed better than almost anyone in CONCACAF. Panama are the opposite story. Nobody's calling them flashy, and they don't care. Their game is built on a compact block, a high work rate, and a set-piece threat that's punished bigger teams before. They've ground out qualification through results that weren't always pretty, but were almost always efficient. The trade-off is obvious too. When they're chasing a game, the creativity just isn't there in open play, and elite finishing is not their strong suit. Mohamed Kudus is the one player on this pitch who can manufacture a goal out of nothing. His dribbling and vision are exactly the kind of thing a low block fears most. Against a team built to stay organized for 90 minutes, it usually takes one player capable of doing something organization can't account for. That's Kudus' job tonight. Thomas Partey controls the tempo from deep. If Ghana look composed, it's because he's dictating the rhythm, picking the right moment to slow the game down and the right moment to speed it up. If Ghana look rushed and disjointed, it's usually because someone has taken that control away from him. Iñaki Williams brings the pace that punishes any hesitation in Panama's backline. One mistimed step, and he's gone. His pressing also matters just as much as his pace. He's a constant problem for defenders even when the ball isn't near him. For Panama, Aníbal Godoy is the organizer holding the midfield shape together. The kind of player who doesn't show up on a highlight reel, but shows up on a coach's notes constantly. Josa Fajardo is their primary outlet on the counter, the player tasked with turning 5 seconds of transition into a genuine chance. Panea is the man most likely to turn a set piece into a goal, which, given Panama's attacking limitations elsewhere, might be their single best route to scoring all match. This match might come down to one specific battle. Partey trying to control the game against Godoy trying to make sure no one controls it at all. Ghana will try to dominate the ball. Partey setting the tempo, Kudus probing for the gap, fullbacks pushing high to stretch Panama's shape. Expect Ghana to commit numbers forward early, testing whether Panama's discipline holds up against sustained pressure rather than just isolated moments. Panama's answer is simple. Sit in, stay compact, and dare Ghana to be patient. They'll happily concede the ball if it means forcing Ghana wide, where crosses, not through balls, become the only route in. It's a strategy built on a simple bet, that Ghana's patience will run out before Panama's structure does. That sets up 4 things to watch all match. Ghana's high press against Panama's low block. Partey against Godoy in the midfield battle for tempo. Ghana's pace in transition against Panama's discipline on the counter. And Panama's set pieces, quietly their best chance of scoring at all, and possibly the single most likely route to a Panama goal in this entire match. If Ghana lose patience trying to force it, Panama gain confidence with every minute that passes. If Panama concede early, their entire game plan is put under pressure immediately, and they're forced into exactly the kind of open, chaotic game they're built to avoid. Here's the twist. There's no real history between these two teams at this level. No past scars, no psychological edge, no script to follow, which means everything that happens on the pitch will be decided right there, in real time. No previous result to hide behind, no rivalry baggage to play through. Just two completely different footballing identities meeting for what might be the first time that actually matters. Here's how both managers are likely to line up, and a few of these calls could shape the entire game. Ghana, 4-2-3-1. Ati Ziggy in goal. Paintsil, Jiku, Amardi, and Mensah across the back four. Partey and Salis Abdul Samed shielding the defense. Jordan Ayew, Kudus, and Semenyo just behind Iñaki Williams up top. Panama, 5-4-1. Orlando Mosquera between the posts. A back five of Andrade, Escobar, Cummings, Davis, and Murillo built specifically to absorb pressure. Godoy, Barcenas, Martinez, and Quintero across midfield, with Jose Fajardo as the lone outlet up front. Notice the numbers. Ghana commit 4 players forward. Panama commit 5 players back. That gap in the middle of the pitch is exactly where this game gets decided. Whoever wins that space without losing their shape probably wins the match. 1. 3 questions that decide this match. Can Ghana break a low block without losing their defensive shape in the process? Because if they get careless chasing a goal, Panama's counterattack is built to punish exactly that. Can Panama generate anything in open play? Or are they fully reliant on set pieces to find a goal against a back line with this much pace? And when the moment comes, can Kudus actually produce it in the one match where Ghana might need an individual moment more than a team performance? This has the shape of a grind, not a goal fest. Ghana will likely dominate the ball, but Panama's discipline should frustrate them for long stretches, possibly most of the match. The breakthrough, if it comes, is more likely to come from one moment of individual quality than from a sustained tactical takedown. A mistimed run, a half yard of space, a set piece that finally connects. Prediction: Ghana 2-1 Panama. Ghana's attacking talent edges it, but Panama will make them earn every single inch. And there's a real chance this one stays level deep into the second half. This is structure against flair, and Ghana have the firepower to win it, but only if they stay patient instead of forcing it. Panama's path to a result runs through survival. Weather the early pressure, stay compact, and strike on a transition or a set piece when Ghana least expect it. The team that controls its emotions, not just its tactics, controls this result. So, does Ghana's firepower break Panama's wall? Or are we about to watch one of the biggest shocks of the group stage? Drop your prediction in the comments. I read every one. And if this breakdown helped you see the match differently, subscribe to Football Kick Theory so you don't miss the next one. We've got more of these coming before the tournament even kicks off. Stay tactical, stay sharp. See you in the next breakdown.